That is a problem that is soluble. And we must believe that it's soluble. We must maintain the optimism and so on of knowing that we can solve that problem. My partner, Kate Pickett, and I have worked for a long time on the effects of inequality. I think many people regard our modern societies in many ways as materially very successful, but as social failures. We've looked at inequality, measuring the scale of income differences in different societies, in rich developed countries, and in the 50 American states as a sort of separate test bed. And let me just show you one result of that picture. Can I have a next slide? We put together measures of life expectancy in different countries, maths and literacy scores of kids, infant mortality rates, homicide rates as a measure of violence, the proportion of population in prison, teenage birth rates, levels of trust, how much people feel they can trust others, obesity, mental illness from WHO figures, and social mobility. All the problems which have social gradients, where we could make comparisons accurately between countries. This is how, if you put all those into one index of health and social problems, how it relates to income inequality. These are the more unequal countries on the right, with much worse outcomes on all these things. And this, on the left, is the more equal countries with better outcomes. What we're seeing in relation to inequality, whether you look at rich developed countries or the American states, inequality creates a general social dysfunction. It damages health, it damages trust, it damages obesity, it damages social mobility, it damages kids' educational performance. People must know this, and it doesn't just damage it amongst the poor. It damages it amongst the vast majority of society, as we show in our book. I wish I had time to show you. The vast majority of the population benefit in terms of social outcomes from greater equality. Can I have the next slide? It's at work that, of course, income is created and divided. It's also at work that we're subject most to hierarchy and division of order givers and order takers. This is a graph that simply shows working hours in different countries in relation to a measure of inequality. The more unequal countries work for 2,000 or 1,900 hours a week, the more equal countries for more like 1,500 or even 1,400. That is a reflection of the fact that greater income differences increase the pressure to consume. In more unequal societies, there is more status competition. It's more important to earn more, and you sacrifice a lot of your home life to work. There are lots of other indicators that the pressure to consume, status competition, status insecurity, all increased by inequality. And of course, if we are, as a society, going to respond to environmental problems, then the greatest threat to that is consumerism. How we deal with consumerism is reducing the inequalities. I feel actually that we have the potential solutions already in our societies, and I want just to end by reminding you how much of our society is not strictly capitalist. Not only do governments throughout the rich developed world control around 40% of the economy, but such a large section of our society is not profit-making business. Even after the demutualizations, we have 63 building societies left with 2,000 branches, 38,000 employees, which are controlled by their members. We have 250 friendly societies, 70 mutual insurance companies, 650 credit unions, and 170,000 charities with a combined income of 44 billion. Other ways of organizing our work, our institutions, we know they work. They're already here amongst us. And what we have to do, I think, is increase that share of our society's economy. We have to expand employee ownership, more employee-owned companies and cooperatives, and we have to do it partly by making sure our custom goes to those organizations. So we use the cooperative bank, we use phone co-ops, we put our money, if you like, where our mouth is. So, you know, we have to have an idea of where our society should be going, what kind of economy we're trying to get to. And it's only in this way that we will turn from being a society about maximizing material standards in competition with each other to a society which focuses on improving the quality of social relations and reducing all the social problems that worry people so much. Thank you.